Good morning, peace and blessings. How's everybody doing? Happy Friday. Wow, well, we're here at Friday, and I'm so grateful. I love Venus. Yesterday, when it was about 8 o'clock last night, and I hadn't really eaten anything much during the day, and I decided to go out. There's a corner store, there's a little bodega, I think it's called, or whatever, a little Latin store that has all sorts of fruits and avocados and things. And so last night I went to go buy some avocados, and they have these really big avocados, like big like this, and they're really reasonable, reasonably priced. They're like $2.50 or something like that, because anywhere else they'll be $1 more. So I am walking up the street. It's dark outside, and there is the brightest being in the sky, in the nighttime sky, like to the point that it was so big that I was just like, what is that? Like, why is that? And there's stars, right? So they don't go anywhere. And I was amazed at the enormity of it. And then, I have a relationship to the stars. I'm always looking up and looking at which star is this and where is the constellation. That's sort of my way. But I do it so much that I'll forget about it. So I thought to myself, okay, well, when I come back, if I'm remembering, then I'll look. And then I came back and got my phone and looked up, and it was Venus. It was like Venus. And Venus, it was just like, I'm in Los Angeles, and there's so much smog and all this sort of stuff here. So stars look like barely anything, right? But this was huge. I was like, whoa. And so here we are at Venus day. Venus is at the 18th degree of Virgo, and that is the degree of focus. Venus is the day that I asked for your input, your reciprocity, right? Because Venus is the planet that governs reciprocity. It really is, what you give, you get back. Really, it's how we restore ourselves. Venus is about restoration. It's about reciprocity. It's about relationship. It's about how we connect, right? How do we connect not only to ourselves through food and our self-esteem and how we feel about ourselves, but then that drives how we connect to others, right? What we do inside of ourselves is what really happens to others, because it's how we show up with others. Because the only relationship that we're ever really having is the one that we're having with ourselves. And so if you benefit from what I offer here and you would like to give a donation, you can do so at $. My Cash App is $ Monique Ruffin, and my Venmo is @Monique-Ruffin. And all that this is, or you can say thank you, or people do whatever they want, honestly. Some people give $2 or $5. Some people have given hundreds of dollars. Some people send me a poem or say thank you, or send me a note about how the work inspires them, right? So it really is about creating reciprocity. And this is something to take into your life everywhere you go, right? Really understanding that what you are giving, what you are getting, what you get is truly what you're getting. A lot of us walk through this planet thinking that, people don't love us, and I don't get enough, and, these people aren't this, or this is, I'm experiencing this and it doesn't feel good, right? But whatever you're getting really is, I swear, it really is what you're giving. It's the only way it works, right? Everything that you are getting is really what you're putting out, because this universe is balanced and reciprocity is a real thing. Now, there are things that impact that. The things that impact that are karma, past lives, right? So one of the things that I'm working with right now with Venus and Virgo, because Venus is reciprocity, and Virgo is the healer. Virgo is the integrator. Virgo is where we make something out of the things that we have been, that are going on in our lives. Virgo is about perfecting things, right? So one of the things that I am working with is really integrating my shadow and it's fascinating because in and of myself, yeah, I'm a human being and I have done things that are shadowy. I've been jealous, I've been obsessed, I've stolen, I've lied, I've done all sorts of things that I have done to cover up or mask some sort of feeling of insecurity or anything, right? I've done that stuff. But the thing that I'm seeing in my shadow is really deep stuff around sexual trauma. And it lives in my body. All of our shadow stuff, all of our trauma lives in our bodies. And so when I was really young, as a little girl, I would have like reoccurring urinary tract infections and things like that. And that is something that I inherited, right? It's like my mother had those kind of challenges, my grandmother had those kind of challenges, and that stuff is your family. It's like family karma, family trauma, right? So I have been working to really integrate the shadow, integrate the parts of me that where I hold shame and guilt around sexual pleasure, around sexual desire, around what I'm attracted to sexually, around what I desire sexually. It's one of the things as I do the work inside of my body is really being able to feel everything. And when I recognize I come from men who, because of their own fear, like my great grandfather was a rapist. He was a white man who raped my great grandmother, right? And so, but his energy is in my system. It's in my field, right? So I cannot just be like, oh, they're bad. No, you have to integrate that stuff. This is the human experience. This is the human condition. This is how we actually do the work to transmute and heal. We have to take on everything. There's the thing that happens in this country that is heartbreaking is that Black people hold the shadow in this country because the white European people that came here, they created this idea of specialness or superiority or aristocracy. And so they shunned the shadow. So the shadow has to go somewhere. So where did it go? It went to the people who could not hold up that false air of superiority. It went to the Black people and to everyone else who didn't have money. And so we carry those energies, those frequencies in our stories, in our human condition, in our bodies, in our relationships, in our lives. And you see it from history. It's still working it's still working its way through many of our American experiences. This divisive, binary, this is good, that is bad kind of thing. And that is not what nature does. We have to be more like nature. Nature accepts everything. Nature includes everything. And so in our human mind, when we are throwing things away and that doesn't work and that's not good, literally you're just you're drawing the energy to yourself more. Anything you cast out comes back in a boomerang because nothing is out there. Everything is in here. So it requires, as Venus is moving through Virgo, that we really do the work to integrate, what are you ashamed of? Why are you ashamed? What are you guilty for? Why are you guilty? What do you hate? When you hear yourself, I hate that. Why do you hate it? What is it about it that you hate? What I am so profoundly, I don't watch Kevin Samuels. I've watched him a little bit and I understand his position in our culture at this time because he's showing us where we really have sort of castrated our feminine power, where we are holding our shame, holding our guilt, holding our disgrace. And I watch these beautiful young women go to this man who is, to me, obviously not integrated. He obviously, at least he doesn't present in his conversation that way. This could all be an act, and maybe he is integrated, but I don't see that. I don't see it with my eyes and hear it that he's integrated. And in that, these women are, it's like they're giving him power, and the power is because we have shunned our own power. We have shunned our own wisdom. We're not trusting ourselves. We're not understanding that there's something within us that needs to be addressed so that we can really have our own power. That's another one of the ways that this country has created shadow. It's created it in this idea of superiority through race, but it's also created an idea of power through gender, where men have power and women appear to have none. So the narrative is that I need a man in order to have the power that I need to live my life, when that is absolutely fucking false, right? We do need one another, but we don't need them for the reasons that we think we need them. We need them because love and connection and unity and harmony is really the way of our humanity. It's what it is. So we have to integrate those places that are hard. We have to dissolve those calcified frequencies within us that continue to present. And with Venus and Virgo, is presenting as illness, is presenting as frustration, is presenting as really having to look at the why. Why do I feel this way? What's going on? What's the benefit here? What is this about? That's the deeper question in all of it. And the moon was in Cancer, and Cancer moon is your inner reality. So it really is doing the integrations around your inner reality. What's going on inside of you? So for me right now, I am really integrating fear. I tend to work, I have Saturn in the first house, and I might cry out loud saying this. I have Saturn in the first house in Aries, and it brings up a lot of fear for me, like just for no fucking reason. Like I'm just scared. Like I'm like this, just scary, right? And so what I'm doing right now is integrating fear. And the fear is because the moon is in Cancer, it's from a childhood pattern. And what's the childhood pattern? Because the sun is in Leo, feeling like I didn't belong, like because I didn't belong, because I was poor, because there was poverty, because there was not enough money. So I had a deep fear of like being found out, because I was in environments where I was smart and I got to go to schools with people who had a lot of money and a lot of things. And I was there because of my intellect, but I had shame because I didn't have the things that they had. Now, here's the thing that's important for us to know about this time as Pluto is moving through Capricorn. The identity that we have in this country, in the world at this time, is not true. It's all false. This is all like a big fucking Disneyland. It's all just a made up fucking thing, right? The science is made up. All of this shit none of it is real, right? Really, none of it is real, because it's all based on an idea that wasn't true. So none of it is real. And so what happens is, as we begin to integrate your true identity, your God-given identity, the identity that is yours from the beginning of time, starts to be revealed. So it doesn't matter, this culture says a plumber has this status and, a politician has this status. That's man-made shit. That is man-made shit. But your energetic frequency, your energetic fingerprint of your soul is what it is, and this false illusion is dissolving and breaking down. So the more you do your work internally and integrate and heal, your true identity will begin to push out, right? But you got to look at your shadow. You got to look at your fucking shit. You got to. And you got to understand that the stuff that you're looking at is from your family and all that sort of stuff. So it's not something that you have to hold a lot of shame about. So with that, I want to say, use this energy today to do your internal work. And we're moving into a new moon. That new moon is going to be in Leo tomorrow. And I encourage you to just do the work. Like, just trust the process. The Leo new moon is about, it's about creative process, your heart. It's about the royalty. That's the thing, right? This is the moon that your true nature, your royal nature gets to be revealed, right? But you have to be willing to let go of this Western identity in order for your true nature to be revealed. You have to ask your higher self to support you in that. So with that, you all, thank you. Thank you all in advance for donations. Thank you for your comment. Thank you for your love. Thank you. We are here. We are healing. We are doing this. Share the video if you feel inspired. And peace and blessings, you all. I'm the Moon Mama. Bye-bye.